Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wait a sec. wait a second. My name is Daddy Alex, and you are it's POPRAGEOUS night, Tuesday, Thursday nights. We go live on POPRAGEOUS. We rock the pop. We will pop. We are here to pop your culture, baby. We are here to pop your culture. Just made that up. I don't know if that's a good tagline. I might go with it on Thursday. But we are here to pop your culture. You damn rights we are. You damn rights we are. Ladies and gentlemen, we got some stuff tonight. We are going to be talking. We're going to be talking about the finale of House of the Dragon. Lots of things to talk about. House of the Dragon. We got some Spider-Man talk. We're going to be talking DC and James Gunn. Could you imagine? Spider-Man is literally on its way to being the biggest blockbuster in the history of movies. And here, James Gunn is all happy with $600 million for Superman, which was a terrible movie, by the way. We're going to touch on that. We've got some polls that I did. Yeah, we got polls. And Star Trek, oh my God, Star Trek is done. Season 4, Episode 3, what a disaster. And a little bit on the Odyssey, guys. So you got to watch this, man. We're going to rock ass. Yeah, that's what it's all about, my friends. Thank you. Tuesday night, halfway. It's almost halfway. What is it? August 11th? Almost halfway through August. We're getting to Labor Day. It's on September 7th this year, Labor Day. It's way out there. It's like a week into September, Labor Day. So, I mean, that really kind of, that's really, I don't know, it kind of messes people up. But, I mean, Hollywood, you know what? I spent 20 years in Hollywood, right? As a screenwriter, I had a business there in the movie business. A lot of my friends were directors and things like that. And I had to move out because LA is in such shambles, right? LA is in such shambles. There's another way to say it. You're nothing but garbage. That's what you want. You're garbage. Oh yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's literally garbage. Los Angeles. I just talked to one of my friends from Los Angeles yesterday morning, and he's just how bad it is. One of my other friends, two of my other friends, in the last couple of months went out of business. I mean, because they're just look, and now Paramount. David Ellison is threatening to move all of Paramount out of California. All of it. Like that's it. They're gonna move all 2 offices out of California. That's what they're gonna all 2, yeah. David Ellison's office and David Ellison's leaving. Yeah. That's how big Paramount is. We're gonna talk about Paramount on Thursday. The Paramount Warner Brothers acquisition. The market cap of Paramount. I used to work on Wall Street as a market maker for like 8 years. The market cap of Paramount is about $9 billion. The market cap of Warner Brothers is about $60 billion. So you tell me, how does a company that is 1/10 the size buy another company that is 10 times bigger? What people don't understand, there's going to be a huge amount of foreign ownership. Huge amount. 30% of it is just the Saudis. Okay, guys, people don't understand this. And it's going to have $110 billion worth of debt. We're going to talk about that on Thursday. We're going to talk about Starfighter on Thursday, as well as I'm sure we'll talk Spider-Man and, how could you not talk about James Gunn, James Gunn. James Gunn is getting a dose of reality. Spider-Man is rocking ass, right? I mean, it's looking like it's going to be records, right? Records, which is amazing. But what it shows you, here's what it tells you. It tells you what a movie can do. It tells you that a superhero movie is capable of doing incredible numbers when it's done with heart and emotion. I mean, real heart and emotion. Basically, we'll get to James Gunn. It's in the roster. James Gunn, DC. There it is. I see it. It's in the roster. DC and James Gunn. Yeah. He's crying. He's like crying. I tell you, man. I don't know why he's still there. I'll tell you why he's still there. We'll talk about it. What did we? Paramount. Yeah, okay. I got that. Yeah. So, did you watch House of the Dragon, my friends? Did you watch House of the Dragon? House of the Dragon season finale. Look, I'm a huge sci-fi guy. When it comes to my screenwriting, I write sci-fi, I write horror, and I write fantasy. Some of my best stuff I love writing is fantasy. One of my best screenplays is actually a television show. It's called Legends, and I think it's my most winning screenplay. Wrote 2 seasons, and I had one buyer, but it was development, and I never sold it. I said I never needed the money that bad to but I love writing fantasy. I do. And so that's why I'm so interested, especially with House of the Dragon, the whole storylines, where they're going with everything, where they want to go with everything, where they ended up going with everything. Did you guys watch House of the Dragon? I did. Obviously, every Sunday night I watch it. It's one of the only... And you love it or hate it. I don't understand. If you love... Look... If you like fantasy TV shows, if you like fantasy movies, if you like the swords and sorcery kind of stuff, you don't have many choices. You don't. There's just not many choices out there. And so when you take a look at something like House of the Dragon, where the production is absolutely spectacular, I guarantee you guys, as someone who has been in Los Angeles for 20 years, the production on this television show is absolutely amazing. It's amazing. Everybody will tell you. It doesn't matter who they are. They will say that if you were told, if you would give 90% of the production teams in Los Angeles and you give them the script, here's what you got to create. Do you think that they could have created the last 25 minutes in the season finale on Sunday? Look, that was magnificent filmmaking. Whether you like the story or not, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The filmmaking was absolutely amazing. The spectacle was amazing. The dragons were amazing. The feeling that you were immersed in this world was amazing. You don't have to love the story, and I got a few things on the story that I'm as a screenwriter. That's where I always start with everything. It starts with the story. The story is where it starts. And it ends, right? So, and there's a complicated process, right? So the screenwriter writes the script, and the script goes to the director, it goes to the studio. Everyone gets a say. There's a few rewrites, this and that. We don't like everyone like, you're like, holy jeez, you almost go crazy as the screenwriter, right? And because the studio doesn't want this because, that's like, are we going to have this and that? And everyone's got their say, right? And the director is kind of in the middle, and everyone. So finally you get a script. Finally, you get a finished script, and you take that finished script, and there's always rewrites, right? There's always rewrites. And so when you get a script into production, there's different colors of pages that represents different levels or timing of each change in the script. And so these pages get inserted. So if you see a production script, you'll see a script with a whole lot of white pages and then a whole lot of colored pages going in between it. That's the way a production script works. And then, of course, from there, you can have changes. You can have all of a sudden midway. Look, the studio's paying for it, right? Studio's paying for it. So, of course, they're going to come. If you're paying for it, you get final say. No one's going to say, well, I don't know if you... Well, you can, they get final say. But sometimes you do get a director, right? I'll guarantee you, Christopher Nolan, I'm not sure that's going to be the same anymore. We're going to talk Christopher Nolan, the Odyssey, later on. I will guarantee you that he almost had unequivocal final cut with the Odyssey. Final cut means when the editing is done, who gets to decide that the movie is finished, right? It's called final cut. Who gets final cut? It's a big freaking deal, man. I'm telling you. It is a big freaking deal in Hollywood. No one talks about it because no one knows shit about this stuff, and all the people that not that people's opinions aren't valuable. They are. But most of the people that talk on YouTube know shit about what actually goes on in Hollywood. So who gets final cut? I'll almost guarantee you that Christopher Nolan on the Odyssey, I'm pretty sure he got final cut. Because if the studio was making, because that was such a bad, what I say about the Odyssey is the most expensive B movie there ever was. The Odyssey. Thank you very much. Now that is what, I should be some laughter. Well, how come we're not laughing? How come we're not laughing? If you compare, so you got basically very similar genres, right? So if you compare the Odyssey with House of the Dragon, I'm not sure if there's any clean comparison. House of the Dragon, absolutely, from a spectacle perspective, wins over. Now, there's a lot of practical effects in House of the Dragon, but the fact is, when you go into fantasy, you have to have. Oh, God, grape juice. Scotty's in the house. You have to have CGI, my friends. So the fact that Christopher Nolan can't get over CGI, that you're literally still making movies. Now, obviously, they're using the IMAX cameras, but you're still making movies from like 1985, 485, whatever. Let me put that on there. How you doing, Scotty? We want tall, we want medium. I think that's what we want, right there. That's what we got, I think. Big. Ooh, that's way too wide. Regular? Yeah, regular's good. There we go. Scotty, how you doing? Yes, I do have a little bit of grape juice. Fermented grape juice of the... It is Dandy. You're damn right it's Dandy. Yeah, cheers. Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, everyone out there, may you please, I cheers you on your Tuesday evening. Scotty, cheers. And the salud. Ooh, so nice, good for the soul. But we're talking House of the Dragon. We're comparing. So the Odyssey, which is also fantasy, right? That's fantasy. And House of the Dragon, did you see those? I don't know if you saw those dragons in House of the Dragon. Holy jeez. I mean, this is why, Nolan, you gotta use a mix. Prost, my friend, prost. You gotta use a mix of CGI and practical effects. Dear God, man. That's like saying, no, I'm going to use my computer from 1989. It's just good enough. Well, we do have a lot. We've discovered it's like, really? People that applaud practical movie making, are you stupid? No. Christopher Nolan's adherence to the practical effects, which is, for the most part, I applaud as a screenwriter and a guy who's been in production. But look, there's times you got to just use freaking computers, right? We need spectacle. That spectacle CGI can do things 1,000 times better than like a Cyclops. For example, CGI can do a Cyclops a lot better than what we saw in the freaking B-movie Odyssey. The B-movie Odyssey. It's an expensive B-movie. The Odyssey was an expensive B-movie. But what we had in HOTD. Now, so here's the thing. What the writers did, what's his name? Ryan Connell, the writer. And I think what happened, and they got screwed up, but I think what happened was, if you notice, the first season was 10 episodes. And all of a sudden, I mean, we thought the second season was going to be 10 episodes. There was this major change at the end. It became 8 episodes. Someone came in with the frickin' hammer of Thor. And I think that's why the end of season 2 and the beginning of season 3 turned out the way it did. But it's a bit of a shit show. It's like Star Trek. It's like Star Trek season 4. It's a bit of a shit show. It's a little bit.
You're nothing but garbage! That's what you are! You're garbage!
Mom? Just kidding, my mom. She'd never. No. A few girlfriends, baby. A few girlfriends might be.
You're nothing but garbage!
Excuse me?
That's what you are! You're garbage!
I'm what?
You're nothing but garbage!
Okay, I got it. I'm garbage. But what Ryan Condell, that's his name. Ryan Condell, what he tried to do, and this is the difference between Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. So Game of Thrones, what they did, they spent a lot of time developing the story, right? They took a few scenes, and it doesn't take a whole lot to start the web and intertwining things, getting the story told, going a little deeper. And it wasn't until season 6, 7, and 8 of Game of Thrones where the books ended and D&D kind of took it and it became surface. All of a sudden they were traveling continents in a matter of 10 minutes in an episode. It's the same thing that is with House of the Dragon. I haven't read the books, but they're deviating from the books significantly. The people that read the books are quite upset. Get over it. TV is not the books. And it's the same way if you're going to take a TV show and write a book out of it, a good chance you're going to change a lot of things are going to be added. You cannot translate a book directly into TV. You can't. Now, they probably had a design that they wanted to deviate from George R.R. Martin. Big reason why because basically the ending is set. You have the rights to the characters, the story, and everything right? Because HBO paid for it. Here's the money. You want to sell all of your rights to the characters and everything for this book series? Sign on the dotted line and we'll give you this much money. It's a lot of money. Yeah. Okay. So George R. R. Martin, he signed and he took them. So what HBO decides to do is up to them. So if he storms off in a tiffy, well, bye, George. Bye, George. No one said they're going to follow your books exactly. And why would they? Why should they? Why wouldn't there be mystery? If they're going to follow the books exactly, everyone's going to know what happens. But if you haven't read the books, who cares, right? We don't care. I don't care. Honestly. No, that's a good point. Scotty, you make a good point. Not good for the CGI is a good tool, but shouldn't be allowed to take over or replace reality. I shouldn't. You want practical effects, and CGI takes over where the practical effects just no longer make sense to do. So if you take a look at House of the Dragon, so you get a practical effects. You imagine Christopher Nolan filming the last episode of House of the Dragon. How are you going to do those flying dragons? You're going to put little miniature? You can't. This is fantasy. This stuff, it's like sci-fi. We're going to we're going to do a whole new season of Star Trek, and Christopher Nolan is going to film it with practical effects. Okay. I'd love to know how you're going to do that one. Look, CGI, computers are so freaking powerful. We hate bad CGI. When it comes to good CGI is a lot of the times you will see CGI and you didn't even know it was CGI. It's like Lord of the Rings. Do you ever hear anyone complain about the CGI in Lord of the Rings? We're talking 25, 30 years ago. Now, if you go in close to some of those scenes on Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers, the Fellowship of the Ring, and you go in, like when they're crossing the bridge of Barad-dûr there, Khazad-dûm, you're like, okay, that's CGI. Okay, that's kind of bad CGI. But look, that was back in 1999, right? That was back in 1999. It looked good. It looked good. Now, granted, in Spider-Man, I haven't heard anyone talk about this, but I noticed that in Spider-Man, there were a couple of scenes where it was like, ooh, geez, that's kind of bad. That's really bad CGI. That was with the Smart Hulk before he turned into Savage Hulk. You haven't heard about House of the Dragon? House of the Dragon, look, so over, and let's get back to House of the Dragon. That's actually a thank you. Thank you, Scotty, for keeping me focused. Did I like House of the Dragon? I did. I did like House of the Dragon. The problem with House of the Dragon, and here's, I guess this is my big point, is what Ryan Condell is doing. He's doing surface level. He's doing the main points. He's doing the broad strokes. And it kind of becomes lazy screenwriting because you really don't have to get into the deep emotional conflicts. You're not really writing each little part. There's all these little things going on, and each scene just kind of skips at the surface level, and they never get in too deep into the characters. If you remember Game of Thrones, right? Spider-Man, for example, Spider-Man. Why does it work? Because it emotionally hits us. When I first watched Spider-Man, I knew right away this thing was going to be because, boy, it brought tears to my eyes a couple of times. If it can do that to me, like I said, okay, this is working. They nailed it. They did it. And I think Tom Holland has matured as Spider-Man, but it is what comes from a little bit deeper writing. So you got to get into the characters, the internal workings of these characters. That's not what you see in the House of the Dragon. I don't think they even care about that. But look, if you want good fantasy, there's not much good. What's your choices for good fantasy, right? If you like swords and sorcery, what are your choices? You're going to wait for the final season. You're going to wait for the final season of The Witcher to come out. Can I get some laughter, please? Yeah, that's the cue. Laugh. That's why there's a studio audience. When I give the cue, you gotta frickin' no funny woke. No, there's no, Scotty. There's no woke little baby BS. There's no little woke baby BS bullshit going on. No. What I like about House of the Dragon is you don't have any like compared to like Rings of Power. Galadriel, right? You know, she's like the super uber, like she wasn't a sword fighter. She never was, right? She just had special power, right? Galadriel, she had special powers. She wasn't a sword fighter. Women aren't good sword fighters because they don't have physical. So no, and any time in House of the Dragon did they show Rhaenyra or Alicent or anybody, any of the women out there being fierce sword fighters. They kept women power and male power as it, like Daemon in this season finale. Daemon, like he really look, and I think I've been saying this. Daemon, Matt Smith had a bit of a belly. Did you see that? Little Matt Smith. He's been looks like Matt Smith has been. Matt, slow down on like. yeah. I think he's got a little bit of a belly in that armor. I've seen it, but it was. Matt Smith shines in House of the Dragon, right? If he wasn't in House of the Dragon, you would be missing this entire chunk, this entire element, this entire world building element that Daemon, Aemon too does an amazing job. The actor who plays Aemon, fantastic, right? That's a fantastic storyline. And I like the way he plays it. He plays it so convincingly. The acting overall in House of the Dragon is pretty damn good. It's shallow, it's not emotional, but it's surface level. So everyone that get with it, just accept it. All right? You don't get much swords and sorcery content out there. So frickin' enjoy the amazing, look, the dragons, the everything else that they gave us. Fucking hey, baby. Great production, guys. Production is a 10. It's a 10 on House of the Dragon. Story? The story I would give, depending on the episode, overall I give it a 7. 6.5 to a 7. Is it good? It's adequate. You know what? It's adequate. There's some storylines that are like, lacking or whatever, but it's over. Am I sad? Yeah, I want more House of the Dragon. That's what you know. Was it a good series? Do you wish there was one more episode? I do. I was enjoying my Sundays. Scotty, I was enjoying my Sundays. Now what am I going to do on Sundays? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. What do I do on Sundays now? I guess I'll just make more videos and I'll fall asleep and wake up earlier. That's what I'll do. Thank you very much. But I do wish, unlike Game of Thrones, so what Game of Thrones did is they went deep into these storylines, right? And when you say deep, when it comes to TV and movies, we're talking only a few scenes. We're talking very limited time. So if this is going to be a 5-season TV show and you do 8 seasons, you only get, like, over the course of the entire series, you would only get, 60% more screen time? It wouldn't give you a whole lot. So in that time, this is why when you're writing a screenplay, and of course being a screenwriter, the understanding that every scene matters, every point of dialogue matters. So importantly, you could actually do character development in 1 or 2 scenes. You have to do character development in 1 or 2 scenes. You need to create this anxiety, bring out the internal conflict of the character. And then, of course, the external conflict, which is the overriding thing that we're watching. And they do a pretty good job. You know, Rhaenyra's got that internal. She's turning pretty bad, right? She's turning into a badass. They even put the old makeup under Rhaenyra, which I thought was good. So that signaled a change, right? So when they go and the makeup people, they start doing physical changes to the character, that signals a change up here as well. So we'll see that in season 4. Caraxes. There's a couple of scenes with the dragon stuff, guys. If you're gonna watch Scotty and anyone else out there, if you want to watch, just watch season 3, episode 8. You won't understand the final 30 minutes. You'll see the dragons and you'll see the production. The production value is freaking insane. So House of the Dragon, there really is. No, it's not. No, Scotty, don't come on, don't get head up ass. Hollywood is still head up ass. Thank you very much. Hollywood is still very, very firmly head up bum. Very much. Hollywood is still messed up. Hollywood is still screwed up. It's not going to change. But look, there's still pockets. There's still pockets of, not all of Hollywood is woke and DEI infected with garbage and shite. And you know what? But this is the big thing. Let's get it. You know what? So I'm going to finish up with HOTD, House of the Dragon. Guys, overall, the season was pretty good. Was it lacking in some places? Yes, it was lacking in some places. As with every TV show. It's very surface level screenwriting. They never get in deep. So we never really learn who these characters are. We never really get inside who these characters are. Maybe with Rhaenyra a little bit, which I like Rhaenyra. I like Rhaenyra a lot. I think they're doing, I think they progressed with her very well. Remember episode 6, we had Little Blood, and they only show, this is what good TV is. It's not, don't compare a TV show to the books because you can't. It's 2 different mediums. They just showed one scene where the throne cut her finger. One scene, that's all you need to show. I guarantee you that will manifest itself in season 4. So there's gonna be a lot. I'm looking forward to season 4 of House of the Dragon. Overall, what would I give House of the Dragon? Season 3, on the production side, it's a 9.5. Production wise, House of the Dragon is about as good as it gets, guys. It really is. It's about as good as it gets. Perfection is fleeting. It is, but I'll tell you, the things that they're doing, the feeling, you can feel the pain, the dragons, the everything. There, look, if you're gonna watch anything on House of the Dragon, at least watch episode 8, season 3, to really get a good idea of how good this production is. I mean, hats off to the entire team on House of the Dragon for. I mean, that it's just amazing production. Watch it for the production, guys. And on story, I'd probably give it like a 6.5, 7. Overall, could you say it's a 7.58? Yes. That's what I would probably give season 3, the 8 episodes, season 3, 7.5 to an 8. Yes, it was good. If you haven't watched it, I do recommend it. Watch it. There's a lot worse things you could watch. Okay, if you love swords and sorcery, House of the Dragon, my friends, House of the Dragon, do it. I'm sad that it's over. It's over. What do I do now? I know what I do. I get into the fermented grape juice, motherfucker. Frack you.
So say we all. So say we all. So say we all. So say we all.
That's the way we roll. The Eye of the Tiger. Dun, dun, dun. Oh man, I remember when I was I was a kickboxer for a lot of years, and when I was a young kid, Rocky 3 came out. Rising up to the top. I used to go to kickboxing club at nighttime, and I used to take the train. It was about a 20-minute ride to downtown, and the kickboxing club was in downtown, just off of 9th Avenue, where I lived. And I used to always have. I did for about 8 years, but I remember when Rocky came out. I would have my Sony Walkman in, right, and I would listen to Eye of the Tiger all the time. And Rocky 3, at least for 3 years, right? The song Eye of the Tiger was everywhere. And I would go to kickboxing, and I would watch Rocky 3 over and over again because there's so many cool scenes. Look, the boxing is terrible. In Rocky, the only good boxer in any of the Rocky movies was Carl Weathers. I'm not a religious guy, but God bless his soul. God, Carl Weathers, my friend. Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. The Eye of the Tiger. Bam, 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 bam. But during the 80s, so that kept me going as a kid, right? I would take the train, I'd be like, have my backpack, I'd be all, and a lot of the times you're going like, you're thinking you're gonna get punched and hit, you're like fucking kicked. A lot of times you're thinking, why am I doing this? Holy cow. I was playing hockey, I was doing all this other thing. Anyway, guys, can we get to Spider-Man. I got some things to say about Spidey. One thing I did want to show. I did have for House of the Dragon. It pwned HBO. Absolutely. Share, yes, please show on stage. Oh, it did work. Yay. So if you let's move this up so we can see. Oops, HBO. You know what? I gotta hold on a second. Let me make me smaller. A little bit. There we go. So if we see there, House of the Dragon, there you see, guys. This is Flix Patrol top TV shows on HBO Max on August 11th. And what day is it today? It's August 11th. Thank you very much. 2026 top TV shows. House of the Dragon is by far the number one show, and I've been tracking it all week. House of the Dragon has basically remained number one. Oh. I got a story about autocorrect. But it remained basically one or two the entire. Well, since it opened, 8 weeks ago. It's House of, that's the one that's my last bit I want to show about House of the Dragon. We're probably not going to talk about House of the Dragon until season 4. So this is the last bit. It owned HBO. For 8 weeks, it did, and it'll probably keep doing good for another entire week at least. But it did exceptionally well. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to show you Spiderman, brand new day. There's Spidey. It has. Let me see if it got any updates. This is till Monday. Holy guys, 11 days in in theaters. And you've got 1.688 billion dollars. Billion dollars. I know. Yeah. I know. I had to show people. This is what Scotty, can I buy a bowel? I've got a story about autocorrect and mistyping. I got a story because the B is right beside the V, right? Can I buy a bowel movement? Well, I guess yeah, vowel. I know. Damn, well, yeah. I love it. That's what makes, but this is what makes living worthwhile. It's like these little, you wanted to say vowel and you wrote bowel. Okay, let me tell you I'll quickly tell you my story. So I had an employee, his name was Will in Los Angeles, and he was a black fellow. Great guy. Will and I, actually, I could probably text him tomorrow and say hi. I probably should. Great guy. And I wanted to say, this is the same thing, Scotty. This is the same thing. I was texting him, and I don't remember the exact nature of the text, but it was something to do with bigger. And at the end, it was a blah, 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 bigger. And if you look at your B on your keyboard, if you're sitting at your keyboard, look at B. What letter is to the right of B? Yes, it is N. It is N. And so I accidentally fat-fingered B, and I hit an N when I wanted to write bigger. And he's black. I'm white. And I texted it to him. It was like, bigger. It became not B but with an N. And I think it was the next morning he came in. I was like, Will. His first name was Will. And I was like, dude, you know that wasn't. He's laughing. He's like, of course I knew. It's like, okay, I just yeah. So I knows it. Spider-Man, my friends. Total worldwide box office after 11 days. This is huge. It's going to break 2 billion by next Monday. As a matter of fact, my entire prediction for this movie was about 2.2 billion. I knew it was going to do good. I did. I when I first saw it opening Thursday, I thought this movie hits home. And there's no woke, there's no DEI. Look, there's a few people that say, I hate the movie because of Jean Grey. Fuck, get over it. It's not, look, the whole Jean Grey story is not what a few people are yakking it up to be. It's not. It's not. So if you got a powerful character like Jean Grey, she's just learning her abilities. You think she's going to give herself in? Oh, I give up. I surrender. Fuck that, man. If it was me, like, well, fuck, come and get me then. You still killed my sister. You know what? If I was Jean Grey, it'd still be fuck you. If she went, like a lot of people are saying, what would absolutely piss me off? If Jean Grey went into the police station to surrender, that would be like, oh, fuck me. Really? Jean Grey is a younger lady in this. She just discovered her power. Still, her sister was murdered. You think she's gonna be all like goody two shoes and oh, I'm sorry, I'll just I'll give myself up. No, like give it up. Where did Peter Parker get his money from? If I hear that, well, maybe Aunt May had a freaking inheritance. Have you thought about that? That's such a basic, like numbskull kind of thing. That I don't like the movie because they didn't say where Peter Parker made his money. Well, I got an inheritance from Aunt May. You know, you got an inheritance. You want him to go into like inheritance court and say, do you, Peter Parker, take, as the trust decrees? Come on, guys, get over it. Is there deficiencies in Peter Parker? Look, the biggest deficiency in Spider-Man. Are you ready? Are you listening? The biggest problem with Spider-Man, I do not believe that Spider-Man could get hit by a bullet. The guy takes so much freaking damage. The biggest thing that upset me in Spider-Man, the fact that he put his body in front of a bullet. Why didn't he just push Jean Grey out of it? Why didn't he just web her, pull her out of it? Why would he step in front of a bullet? If he knows a bullet can penetrate him, what? But the thing is, if you look at Spider-Man No Way Home, you've got Octopus Guy putting him through 6 feet of concrete bridges. Not even a cut, right? Spider-Man never gets a cut. And this is one of the problems with Spider-Man. Scotty, are you listening? This is one of the problems with Spider-Man. What kills him? He takes damage like he's freaking the Hulk. Like he even fought Savage Hulk, right? Going through walls, getting his thing, boom, boom, boom. Fucking nothing kills him. Remember in Civil War, the damage he took in Civil War. Nothing puts a scratch on this motherfucker. Nothing. And you're telling me just all of a sudden a sniper, I just don't think a bullet would penetrate him. And he had the spidey sense to push Jean Grey out of the way or to web sling it or to create a web that would like deflect the bullet away. That was the stupid part in the movie. And all these people that hate the movie, Jean Grey, fuck you. All right, how stupid do you need to be? What would piss me off is if Jean Grey actually went to the police. Look, I'm sorry. We get a South Park. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I was just getting my powers and I was using them. I didn't know how powerful they are. I'm so sorry. I'm a superhero, so I'm sorry. Because there's some other comic books that were written about me, so I gotta make sure I'm about with them. So I'm sorry. Dear God, man. She's 18 years old. She's literally discovering her freaking uber awesome, mind-blowing powers. Her sister was murdered, and she's gonna give herself in. Fuck you. You know nothing about screenwriting. You know nothing about storytelling. Well, I tell you what I would like. I'll tell you what I'd like. Yeah, let me take myself out of here. How do I do that? Defeats the law. Yeah, it does. Because in Spider-Man, that's the only stupid thing in Spider-Man. That's the real stupid thing. The fact where he takes a bullet. What could Spider-Man do? He senses the bullet coming. A little push to push Jean Grey out of the way. How many different scenarios could you think of where Spider-Man could save Jean Grey? Well, we got to make him take a bullet so it turns into superheroic ending. Oh, it doesn't even make sense. Spider-Man probably had like 2 or 3 seconds to react, or in Spider-Man time, right? Because he senses this stuff. But if you think he could stand up to Savage Hulk, but he can't take a fucking bullet, that's the problem with Spider-Man, the movie. The second I was sitting there going, no, because I always wondered, just like you guys. Do you guys ever wonder what actually kills Spider-Man? Because the guy takes damage beyond anyone else, and he's never got a frickin' mark on him, right? He goes after with Dr. Octopus, like boom, he's going put through fucking. That's the stupidity. We don't know that the fact that Spider-Man took a bullet. I'm so confused on Spider-Man's powers. This is the problem with Spider-Man. Jean Grey was fine. It worked out fine. The story ending was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. It was freaking fine. Sadie Sink was awesome in the role. There was nothing wrong with it. The problem is, where does Spider-Man start taking damage? You're not going to tell me after he stood up to Savage frickin' Hulk, after he stood up to Dr. Octopus, after he stood up to being put through walls, concrete walls, nothing kills him. But a little fucking bullet does? Are you kidding me? His only sense is, I'm going to step in front of it. Webs, push, anything, whatever. That's the problem with Spider-Man. That ending scene with the frickin' bullet. It does not make any frickin' sense. So if you're going to argue anything with Spider-Man, it's the bullet scene. That's it. But overall, guys, overall, Spider-Man is kicking ass at the box office. It really is. What else did I want to do? So is Spider-Man going to break a record? I think. I think there's a good chance that Spider-Man is going to become the highest grossing movie of all time. As a matter of fact, there's no competition in all of August. Do I think Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to become the highest grossing movie of all time? I do. And that scares James Gunn at the DC universe. And we'll talk about it. We're going to talk about that. Yippers wouldn't work in D&D. Spider-Man might be allergic to grape juice. It is a matter of fact. It might be. Yes, it might be true. It might be true. Gee, these are like the literal, like these, like if you're ever going to have, yeah, at least 90s Hollywood. Like where's Hollywood peak, right? You got to think, where was Hollywood's peak? 90s Hollywood peak? Is that where it was in the 90s? Probably. Right? In the Scotty, 90s? 90s was great. There were great movies in the 90s. And then into the early 2000s, Pirates of the Caribbean, Lord of the Rings. There's so many great movies that started to come out there, right? It wasn't until the mid 2000s. I was just thinking about that today, and some of the things that started coming out were, I think the big one was Obama. When Obama got in, right? When Obama got in, like things start. Like Obama was the catalyst for woke. Obama was the catalyst for woke.
You're nothing but garbage! That's what you are! You're garbage!
Did my ex-girlfriend get in? What the hell? You agree, Scotty? It was basically Obama. Obama was a big catalyst for woke. Like Obama, Obama allowed uber wokeism to take root, not just to take root, to grow, take root, and spread like freaking wildfire, right? And it didn't take. It took a few years, but before that there were a few permeating factors that started to break in. But you take a look at 2007, 2008, right? We had Iron Man, we had Thor, like some of the Marvel movies that came out. Nothing incredibly woke. There wasn't anything woke. There wasn't any DEI. There wasn't anything like that. It wasn't until literally the mid 20-teens where things really started to break open. But that's where you got to lay the seeds, right? Before you got to start laying the seeds. And before we knew it, we had Captain Marvel. We had what else was there that came out? Like there's some, Captain Marvel was a biggie. Look, Johnny Depp, and what's her name? Thank you, Johnny Depp, for standing up and showing that the Me Too movement was all a bunch of bullshit. The Me Too movement was basically a bunch of bullshit. Not basically, it was bullshit. Believe all women because they never lie. Women never lie. Holy shit, man! You never dated the girls I dated. Yeah, great. That's great. That's a great. Believe all women. Oh my god. Oh my god. I will happily go toe to toe with any dumb feminist that believes in that bullshit. Okay, happily. You and that feminism bullshit. You know, feminism is just basically bullying other people. You better think the way I think. And if you don't think the way I think, well, we've got a whole army of people that we will just fuck. Go ahead. Go ahead. You guys are the freaking dumbasses. 80% of the world lives together harmoniously. Then you got these fringe elements on all sides, on all political spectrums, male, female, gay, transgender, all this political bullshit. 80% of us live in harmony. And then the fringe is out there stirring this shit up, right? They're out there stirring, and they're doing it through movies and everything else. That's the way they do it. And they're good at it, right? They're good at it. They penetrate. Like I was in 20 years in Los Angeles. Think I didn't see as a screenwriter? You think I didn't see the bullshit? I got stories. James Gunn! Guys, James Gunn. James Gunn. Could you imagine? James? Could you? James Gunn's out there. You know what? He's out there preaching the good word. Why is that not going? Well, that's weird. Oh, man. All right. Okay, so we'll do this. Okay, there we go. My apologies. Give me 1 sec. Speak amongst yourselves. For some reason, Windows is... where's duplicate? There we go. We'll go back. Back there. Mojo, thank you very much. Copy. Oh. So, okay. So, let's make lemonade. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good idea. That's good advice. So here's what we see, guys. So what is James Gunn faced with, right? You got to think James Gunn. He's watching Spider-Man. He's watching the numbers come in with Spider-Man, right? Oops. So he's watching the numbers come in. So let's revisit Superman, which was a terrible movie, guys. Superman, I could relitigate Superman on how stupid, asinine, dumbass. From a screenwriting, the story, everything was so freaking bad. One of the main things, you're telling me Lex Luthor, he could stand on his little place. He could yell out commands. He's watching something way out in the distance. He's yelling out commands, or he's seeing screens and he's yelling out commands. And then a computer guy is yelling out those commands, and then those commands go to the clone. And that's going to be faster than Superman fighting. Oh my God. Holy shit. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Superman 2025. I mean, I can relitigate it. I'm not. Maybe we will one day. But the big thing is here, my friends, $618 million. That was a successful movie in James Gunn's DC universe. Well, that was good. I don't think it broke even. I don't. I think break even was about 650 to 660 million. I do not think it broke even in the cinematic release. People will argue that. Go ahead. I will maintain my position. And of course, we go to Spider-Man, Brand New Day. 11 days in. 11 days in. It's over $1 billion. It is over $1 billion. $1 billion ahead. So you got to think James Gunn was selling the whole point that Superman was a good movie. And look, Supergirl, we've got things. Oh, I mean, yeah. We'll go back to that. There we go. That's why, yeah. So, what James Gunn was to convince people. You got to think, after Superman did $618 million worldwide, and Spider-Man, look, if you want to look, and I understand, people call the big three superheroes Spider-Man, Batman, and Superman. Superman has never been a big box office draw. He never has been. Never. Batman, consistent. As a matter of fact, there's only one Superman movie that's ever made money. It's the original, the very first Christopher Reeve Superman. It's the only one that made money cinematically. So you got to think what he's trying to sell $618 million as a win. And so Spider-Man comes along and says, well, here's a superhero movie. It might become the biggest grossing movie of all time. So James Gunn is sitting there going, holy shit. And then of course, oh God. We've got to, we have to do this. We have to. It's not, it just wouldn't be right if we didn't pop this up. Where are we here? James Gunn. So when Spider-Man is out, I think Spider-Man in its first few hours made more money than Supergirl did in its full 4-week release. 1 hour, probably 2-3 hours. Spider-Man made more money than Supergirl. And so you got to think, right? What is James Gunn thinking, right? Holy jeez. I mean, I got superheroes at my disposal. You got to think David Ellison, who is trying to buy Warner. David Zaslav doesn't care. He's going to say everything is freaking peachy. Everything is amazing because he wants the sale to go through to Paramount. Because he's going to make $500 or $600 million. So everything is amazing at Warner's. Everything. $126 million. Or 10%, less than 10%. We're talking, what is that, 7.6%, Scotty? Feel the burn.
So say we all. So say we all.
Hail the victorious dead.
James, literally, Spider-Man came out. So we talk about superhero fatigue. Well, obviously not with Spider-Man. Maybe it's less fatigue as it is shit screenwriting. Maybe shit movie production. James Gunn don't know what he's doing. James Gunn is so out of his freaking element. He made 1.5 movies, right? He made 1.5 movies, Guardian of the Galaxy movies. 1.5. I'm going to say, because the Guardians 2 was not that good. It wasn't that, like the ending, you remember the ending of Guardian of the Galaxy 2? Wasn't that good. So the biggest thing, so I gotta say, the biggest nightmares that are being usurped on anybody with Spider-Man Brand New Day is on James Gunn. It really brings into perspective how freaking bad the DC universe is. and how bad it's performing. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all I got to say about James Gunn and the DC universe for this evening. What a piece of garbage.
You're nothing but garbage! That's what you are! You're garbage! You're nothing but garbage!
And that's all I got to say about James Gunn and the DC universe. Cheers, my friends. Dear Tuesday. Dog days of summer. Scotty. God, it's the dog days of summer. You know what? Yeah, there's a reason, like in baseball, they call it the dog days of summer, right? Because there's a reason they're called. The final 2 weeks of August are like the biggest holiday weeks of the year. I think it's even bigger than Christmas because you have the last 2 weeks of summer. Then you got your, so it's basically your last 3 weeks because Labor Day is on September 7th. Yeah, you feel it? You feeling it, right? Scotty, you feeling it? You know what my solution is to that? Salud, my friends. Prost. Salud. Indian summer. That's right. Well, yeah. Well, that's September, though, right? It's coming. Right, exactly. Yeah, it's coming. Indian summer is, yeah, it's coming. Prost. You're prosting. Good. You are prosting. I like a guy that's prosting. I don't. Yeah, it's like. Oh, I got some polls. I want to pull some polls up. I love polls. I'm a poll guy, so I do polls. Mostly on the Science Channel, Dimension Zero, which we are live. We got the live Dimension Zero show tomorrow on Facebook and TikTok and YouTube. So please join us on Dimension Zero tomorrow evening. However, there are some polls on Dimension Zero and POPRAGEOUS. I do polls, more on Dimension Zero. Yeah, so this is the latest one. I just put this one up today. Let me refresh this thing. Make sure 271 votes. How many votes we got now? Oh, 554 votes. Wow. I like doubled. Normally I get between 1,000 or 2,000 votes on most of these. I found this one to be really interesting. Who is... Let me there we go. Who is... the best female starship captain. So basically there's three of them. Captain Catherine Janeway, 76%. Captain Nale Ake, she got the lowest at 2%. I would have voted for Admiral Helena Kane, right? Scotty, would you like you got like Helena Kane. Guy, if you're a Battlestar Galactica fan, Kane was only in how many episodes? 3 or 4 episodes. Admiral Kane, she was so freaking good. And they're like, she was like sexy too, right? She had that, but she was so good. Admiral Kane, was she ruthless? Was she brutal? Was she more of an antagonist? Yeah, she was. But she was so freaking good. To Admiral Kane, I would have voted Admiral Kane. There you see what's going on. The best female starship captain. I would have voted Admiral Kane. I thought she, yeah. On YouTube, are you on the feed on YouTube, Scotty? That's on YouTube. I know a lot of the times they don't. Yeah, love Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. That's
So say we all. So say we all. So say we all. So say we all.
that is the theme for Dimension Zero. So you'll hear a lot more of that on Dimension Zero live stream. So, but anyway, 19%. I'm not a big Janeway fan, but I would have thought that Admiral Helena Kane would have at least tied Janeway. At least tied Janeway. But Yeah, it didn't happen. So, well, once you get into this, 600 votes, it really doesn't change much. The other one, which I found interesting, which is the best Star Trek TV series of all time. Of all time. Star Trek Voyager, 11%. Star Trek The Next Generation, 56%. Star Trek Discovery, 2%. I'm sorry. Who voted for Star Trek Discovery? And Star Trek Original Series, 31%. There you go. That's I'll show this before we get out of the poll section. 561 votes. Actually, there's another Odyssey one I do want to show. Best movie of 2026 so far, The Odyssey. It's only at 12%. Nobody is enjoying it. Nobody. Project Hail Mary at 50%. Toy Story at 3%. And Spiderman Brand New Day. That's really interesting. Now, being a science channel, a sci-fi channel, is it surprising that, with Battlestar Galactica, Scotty says generational issue? Could be. Yeah, could be. But Project Hail Mary, best movie of 2026 so far, Project Hail Mary. And you got to look how, in every poll that I do, the Odyssey tanks. And I'll show you guys a Metacritic. I'll show you some stuff on Metacritic. Metacritic is the place to go for real, honest reviews. Because IMDb, they freaking fudge those numbers. If you ask me, it's called fraud. As well as Rotten Tomatoes, they fudge the numbers. It's called fraud. It's called fraud. They fudge the numbers as to what a movie is actually valued at, what it's being reported as, so that more people will buy tickets. To me, it's called fraud. I call it fraud, guys. IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, I think they help orchestrate a fraud upon the public. That's my words. And they know it. They know it. They're deleting low scores all the time. All the time. Remember when Rings of Power came out? You remember when Rings of Power came out? The scores became so low that they stopped. They stopped everything. They stopped all reviews for weeks. And then they let it go, and it was in the low, high fives, and it slowly worked its way up. It was pretty amazing. But anyway, that's called fraud, if you ask me. There is a company called Fashion Nova. They manipulated, they're a fashion company, obviously, fashionnova.com. The FTC fined them almost $5 million for manipulating customer reviews. How is this any different? Manipulating customer reviews for a movie so that more people will go see it. And it's always manipulated. They always take the negative votes away. Always. They leave the bot 10-point votes. They always leave those in there. Yeah, it's fraud. To me, it's called fraud. That's what I call it. Disinformation. Exactly, Scotty. Fraud. Agreed. It's a scam. This is what they do. So basically, it's the same thing. If you look at, you know what? Didn't plan on doing this. I'm not sure if I've ever shown this. Fashion Nova fine. Federal Trade Commission. We'll go right to the Federal Trade Commission. How's that, guys? We'll go right to the FTC. This is, so why is Rotten Tomatoes, why is IMDb not held to the same fucking standard? I ask you, why are they not held to the same standard? Fashion Nova settlement. January 2025, FTC sends payments to people who bought products from Fashion Nova. Okay, this is actually post, but so the FTC is sending before 2021. Let me just. The FTC is sending almost 150,000 payments totaling nearly 2.4 million to people who bought products from Fashion Nova before November 21st, 2019, and filed a claim before the deadline. According to the FTC, Fashion Nova hid numbers of thousands of negative product reviews from its website to make average star ratings look better. What does Rotten Tomatoes do? What does IMDb do? Shall we go over that sentence again? According to the FTC, Fashion Nova hid numbers of thousands of negative product reviews from its website to make average star ratings look better. The settlement required Fashion Nova to stop hiding negative reviews and pay money. What is that? Understand what that says, guys. Understand what this is, an FTC ruling. I think it was 2022 that this ruling came out. Where is IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes in this when they falsify and they hide negative reviews? The settlement required Fashion Nova to stop hiding negative reviews and pay money. The FTC is using that money to send payments to people who filed a claim before the deadline. So what if you went to IMDb, you saw, wow, it's got 8.7 out of 10. And it was a garbage movie because they were hiding the negative reviews. Can you get a refund for that? Or is this only, or are the big companies held harmless? It's just like the small and medium companies, right? There we go. This is the. I should probably. Fashion Nova fined $4.2 million for blocking negative reviews on its website. On January 25th, can we see that? And this is my point. This is my point with IMDb and I'll tell you what, I will start a frickin' movement. If Fashion Nova, on January 25th, the Federal Trade Commission announced that online fashion retailer Fashion Nova will have to pay $4.2 million for blocking negative reviews for its products and being posted on its website, according to an official statement issued by the organization. It is the FTC's first time challenging a company's failure to post negative reviews, the first time and the frickin' fucking last time. Where are they with IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes? Yeah. Fashion Nova was accused of deleting reviews lower than 4 stars out of 5 from late 2015 to November 2019. According to the FTC, the company used a third-party online product review management system to most people do, to automatically post higher ratings and keep their lower ratings to the company's approval. So tell me, what is IMDb doing? What is frickin' Rotten Tomatoes doing? Where's the FTC in this? Where the fuck is the FTC? Suppressing a product's negative reviews deprives. This is right from the FTC's fracking news release. Suppressing a product's negative reviews deprives consumers of potentially useful information and artificially inflates the product's average star rating, says an FTC press release. Under the proposed settlement, Fashion Nova will be prohibited from misrepresenting customer reviews and endorsements and will be obligated to post all customer reviews of products being sold. There's more, my friends. So this is what Fashion Nova was hit with. Where's IMDb? They are deleting negative reviews all the time. All the time. That's all they do. Rotten Tomatoes? Deceptive review practices cheat customers. Oh, really? Oh, really? Really? IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes. Deceptive review practices cheat customers, undercut honest businesses, and pollute online commerce. Samuel Levine, director of FTC's Bureau of Consumer Protection, said in a press release, Fashion Nova is being held accountable for these practices and other firms should take note. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, so other firms like IMDb and like Rotten Tomatoes should take note. FTC, you know what, FTC, you know what you are? I'll tell you what you are.
You're nothing but garbage! That's what you want, you're garbage!
Yeah, because Fashion Nova gets nailed for it, but IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, they change their frickin' scores. They delete shit. I never see those 10 bullshit ones, the robot ones, the robo scores, they never get deleted, right? The 10s, oh, they never get deleted. Just the low ones. But if Fashion Nova gets hit with this bullshit with reviews, why isn't IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes? They are perpetrating a fraud on the public. I will be the one that literally takes this full circle. If I am the guy that's got to take this to the upper echelons of something, I'll be the one that fucking does it. Because I'm sick and tired of IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes BS. Sick and tired of it. Stop deleting negative frickin' reviews. The only one that's review bombing anything is the fucking studios. They're the ones that are review bombing with 10-point robo reviews. Oh, go. Yeah, fucking. Dude. Scotty, I'm fired up. Government fails at everything. They will go after the small guy, right? They'll go after the small, medium-sized business. But where's IMDb in this and Rotten Tomatoes in this bullshit, right? Where are they? Where are they? I don't know. Okay, that's point made. I think my point is made. It feels like my point is made. You know, once a week, I'm going to harp on this. I will. The fact that Fashion Nova had to pay the bullshit fine. But where's IMDb? Where's every other retailer that is pulling the bullshit with their reviews, especially movie reviews? Oh, that's okay now. It's okay now. Movie reviews are okay because it's artistic. Well, leave my 2-star review up there. Because I never see my reviews up there, ever. I never see my reviews, ever. There'll be like 300 reviews on a TV show or something. I forgot which the last one was. And like, where's my review? How come my review's not up? And I'm actually a paying customer of IMDb. I pay for my, and I never see my review. I never see my review up there in IMDb. I'm a harsh reviewer. I am. I never see my reviews, ever. Scotty! Light it up. Well, you know what? I may need help. You know, a little bit of a push from a whole bunch of other dedicated people. But I am sick and tired of it. I really am. I'm sick and tired of it. Especially the Odyssey. The Odyssey, which is a $250 million B crap ass, stupid ass movie that is literally running off hype and the notoriety of a director that isn't that good. I'm sorry. Christopher Nolan movies. He's got a few good movies. He does. But he's just not that good. This movie sucked. The Batman trilogy sucked. Tenet sucked. There's a lot of movies that he did that absolutely suck ass. I'm a little guy in the big wheel, Scotty. That's what I fear. That's my fear. It's what the fear, man. Oh, shit. Let me do some maintenance here. Oh, I didn't want that. Did I? Did I want that? Did I want to close that down? History. Right. The Odyssey. We do want to get into the Odyssey. What are we doing next? Oh, Star Trek. Yeah, we want to do quickly Star Trek. Star Trek. Okay. I did some. Do I want to bring it up? I should. I did some on the thumbnail. I did some. Where is it? There they are. There they are. Oh. That, of course, is Spock and Captain Pike, Anson Mount. I think so. Basically, what I'm doing with my thumbnails now, I'm making them a little bit more expressive, a little bit more But season 4, episode 3 of Star Trek was the stupidest piece of TV garbage you will ever see, guys. It's the stupidest piece of TV garbage you will... What the hell? There we go. I don't even know why. I'm going to spend a few minutes on this. Star Trek, holy jeez. The second episode was kind of like, you know what? That wasn't good. That wasn't bad. Star Trek, Strange New Worlds. The first one was like, oh, okay, whatever. Oh my God. The second episode was kind of, okay, this is kind of interesting. They tried to go down that Event Horizon way. And they were somewhat successful. It was like a 6.5 out of 10. Which is really high for Star Trek Strange New Worlds, right? It's really high. Really high. And so that's what. Here it is. Yeah. So basically, what this was probably, guys. I thought about showing some small clips. I thought, do I really want to spend the time on something that is this bad? And something that nobody is watching, Scotty. Nobody is watching this thing. Nobody is watching Star Trek. So, we got a brand new season of Star Trek. Numbers again. Yeah, we need the numbers, right? We like math. Scotty, we like math. We're from the older generation. We like math. We like numbers. You and I, right? So if you take a look at Star Trek...
You're nothing but garbage! That's what you want, you're garbage!
Star Trek, Strange New Worlds, my friends. Episode 3 was the most ridiculous piece of trash ass. I gave it a 2 out of 10. I don't think I've ever given a 2 out of 10 on IMDb. I'll guarantee that my rating has been eliminated with their basically fraud bullshit that they do on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, where was I going to show? I'm not going to do that. Oh, yeah, maybe on Thursday. On Thursday, there's some Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson claims that Moana failure is fine because representation. Because of representation, as long as the representation is there, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, it's okay for. But that's okay, right? Hey, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, you dumb fuck. You made your money, right? You got your $20 million, you dumbass. What if you were the one that lost the money? What if you're the one that lost the $200 million on that frickin' stupid movie that you were in? That absolutely got its ass handed to it. Oh, it's okay because Disney claims. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson claims Disney's Moana failure is fine because of representation. Representation. It's okay because we represented. The culture really stood up. But it's okay because he got paid his full cash, right? He got the full fucking stipend. He got the full $20 million. But what if he was that losing part of $200-300 million on the movie? Do you think he'd say the same thing? No. Rock, hey Rock, shut the fuck up, okay? Shut up already. We don't need to hear from your pie hole. You were an overrated actor your entire freaking life. Your entire life you've been an overrated actor. We don't need to hear from you. That's an aside. I want to go over this article on Thursday. So we'll go over on Thursday. The Rock, you suck. You've never been in a movie. Every one of your movies sucks. Every single Rock movie absolutely sucks ass. Every Rock movie sucks ass. On Thursday, we'll go over it. We'll go over it on Thursday. But I don't need to hear from the frickin' Rock. Do you smell? Fuck, give me a break. You talk about, really? How did this guy get so far into Hollywood? The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. What did he do? What movie did he star in not be a supporting character in? What movie did The Rock star in that was a blockbuster? Oh, exactly. Nothing. Right. Oh, shoot. Look at this up there. It's pretty much can do anything with the right thinkers, with the right... Well, yeah. How do you fuck up Trek? Well, Scotty, that's a good trash. Yeah, exactly, right? Alex Kurtzman basically fucked up all Trek. Everything Alex Kurtzman has done has messed up all of Star Trek. I was going to... Oh, yeah, right. I was going to... this is how bad Star Trek is doing. Let me make lemonade for you. So this is how bad. So let's zoom down here. I want to go to TV, not TV movies. Oh no, I passed it. There we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Drum roll, please. Actually, we don't need a drum roll. Here we go. The top movies, or sorry, wait, top TV shows. Oh, here we go. Can I get that? Do I have a drum roll? Do I have a drum roll? I don't think I have it. That's my drum roll? Oh, I like that. Hey, Star Trek, Strange New Worlds. How you feeling? Oh, really? You feeling down? Is it because... Oh, wait a sec. Oh, that's Disney. Damn it. Amazon Prime. Oh, there we go, Paramount. TV shows. Okay. Thank you. We're on it, my friends. We're on it. Don't worry. We got things under control. So the top TV shows on Paramount, August 11th. Today is August 11th. So you'd think Star Trek Strange New Worlds, being on its episode 3, would be at near the top of the heap, right? It's got a number. You see at the very bottom there. Star Trek Strange New Worlds. We've got a number of 35. Should be laughter.
You're nothing but garbage! That's what you want, you're garbage!
Star Trek Strange New Worlds. That's strange. It's strange, all right. Prost! Scotty, Prost! Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Dog days of summer. Oh, it's a dog days. But if you take a look, you think at other TV shows, Masters of the Universe, top movies. Oh, we know what movies. Top TV shows on Disney, The Shards, 726. Remember, 35 for Star Trek, 35, right? Furious H, 572. Pompeii, 457 still, damn. Star Wars, Vision Presents The Ninth Jedi, 314. You get those are movies. We just want to compare TV shows. On HBO Max, Mortal Kombat 2. Their lowest one is 83. 83. Top TV shows on Netflix. Just to give everyone just a basic idea of where... Oh, movies. Oh, there we go. The lowest one is 171 with a 751 on top. Now it gives a comparison to basically how many people are watching this garbage crap ass TV show. So on episode 3 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, they went to this hallucination planet. And basically they used the same outfit. Scotty, I don't know if you watched Starfleet Academy. There was the Maguto, the ape with the big thing that what's his name was in it. They used the same monkey outfit, the same ape outfit for Strange New Worlds. They used the exact same. I did a video on it. I literally did a video on it. I want laughter. Thank you. Thank you very much. But there's Paramount guy. Oh, yeah, I passed it. It's very sensitive. It's very sensitive. There we go. Top TV shows on Amazon Prime. Sterling Point was number 1. Wait a sec. Amazon Prime. Damn it. Okay, there we go. Top TV shows on Paramount on August 11, 2026. Lioness, South Park. South Park is always up there. But you see a relatively low number. Star Trek, Strange New Worlds at the very, very bottom with a score of 35. Ladies and gentlemen, the only thing that I will say that season 4, I don't want to spend too much time on it. Season 4, episode 3 was it was the lowest episode score that I've given. On IMDb. I don't think I've ever given, I'm not sure. I give it a 2. It was so bad. So basically, if you want to watch the best of House of the Dragon, you watch season 3, episode 8. If you want to watch the worst of Star Trek, if you just want to get a glimpse of how bad Star Trek can be, season 4, episode 3, guys. Season 4, episode 3. I dare you to watch it. And you will then understand why Star Trek, there's nobody watching Star Trek. You can do a review of Star Trek on YouTube and no one cares. Nobody cares because no one's watching it. Star Trek Strange New Worlds, 35. 35. I think the average, puppet show at the county fair is going to score higher than 35. Star Trek is done. Alex Kurtzman, way to go, man. Way to go. You fracked that up pretty good, my friend. Yeah. Trek was Trek Strange New Worlds is basically it's female, right? It's all female. Everything is about females. Everything is about it's about girl power. Everything is about girls making the decisions. The fact is that on Star Trek Strange New Worlds, you will have Captain Pike. Captain Pike. Instead of he doesn't make a decision. He'll spit the problem out. Go, here's the problem. Okay, guys, we need a solution. And then he'll go around the bridge, and basically, all the women and Spock will give their advice. Spock, maybe 1 out of 10 wins, but there's always a woman. There's always a woman in Star Trek that always always has the answer, right? Always has the answer. Spock obviously has to have the answer once in a while. But this is very much a female-driven, and it shows. You want to do it? Look, Spider-Man's done pretty good. You want to try Spider-Girl? do you want to try Spider-Girl and see how that turns out? Supergirl, Spider-Girl, Supergirl. How's that going to turn out? Give it a try. See what happens. It might suck ass. Supergirl, $126 million, right? Oh, it's a Spike. He's just Pike. Pike is just a hairdo. He's just there. He's he's a good-looking guy. He's got charisma. But they waste him. They waste Anson Mount. They totally waste him. Spock, they get but it's all female. They even have to point out that the T-Rex in the first episode 1, season 4 is a female, right? They got to point that out. We got him. Yeah, we did get him, but guys, it's a female. Oh shit! Really? Sorry. Every character that's introduced, every character so far, every single character. It's introduced, except episode 3 they had a guy, that stupid guy that's like, oh my god, I can't even get into episode 3. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. It is basically it's female. 95% of every new character introduced, guest character, whatever it is a female. But it's a female led. That's the way they want to do it. Fine. All right. If you want to have a female-led TV show, Star Trek. Look, I think even most women, even women that are Trekkies, Scott, even women that are Trekkies, I mean, I think women prefer like watching the guys on these starships. I don't think women like watching women. I just don't. Well, look, 35. The score is 35. The next episode premieres in a few hours, so we'll see. We'll see. We might touch on it tomorrow night with. Sorry. Tomorrow night is Dimension Zero. We're a couple of days away. It's Thursday. That Star Trek premieres. So that's enough of Star Trek. That literally is enough of Star Trek. Can we get off of Star Trek? That's like nobody's watching it. No one cares. Nobody freaking cares.
Hail the victorious dead.
Yeah, baby.
So say we all. So say we all. So say we all. So say we all.
This is live television. Live television. So on Thursday, guys, on the Thursday POPRAGEOUS show, we're going to be doing some stuff on Starfighter. And I'm also going to be going over, because I worked about 8 or 9 years on Wall Street. So I do know quite a bit about acquisitions and corporate mergers. I want to go over the Paramount acquisition to make people understand that Paramount, which is a company worth $8 billion, is acquiring Warner Brothers, which is worth $60 billion. How does that work exactly? If you want your biggest Los Angeles, your biggest US studio, I'm not sure biggest, but in terms of legacy titles, it will be significantly foreign owned. Because if an $8 billion company buys a $60 billion company, you're not going to do it through equity. You're not going to do it through a share exchange. You got to do it through debt to maintain control. So they got 30, 35, maybe 40 billion in Saudi money coming in. Then you got some, the other 60, 70 billion dollars. I don't know where that's coming from. There's some private equity banks that are putting some money together. But basically, you're going to have Paramount Warner. Guys, you're going to have Paramount Warner that is going to have $100 billion in debt. $100 billion in debt. That's on Thursday. We're going to go. We'll go over it in a little bit of details. I think it's valuable. So the Odyssey, Scotty, the Odyssey. That's tarded. Yeah. It is tarded, my friend. Screwing the pooch. You know what? That's funny you say that, screwing the pooch. When I lived in Los Angeles, Scotty, 20 years, right? 20 freaking years in Los Angeles. That's 2 fucking decades. I would ask so many Americans. I would say, what people would ask me, what did you do yesterday? I screwed the pooch. And they would say, well, yeah, what? I screwed the pooch. So many people would be like, what, you fucked your dog? Yeah, I fucked the dog. And I thought, what? No, not literally. I didn't do it. I chilled, man. I screwed the pooch. I didn't right? You screw the dog, Scotty. It was shocking to me. It's shocking to me because I'm a Canadian American guy, right? I flip depending on how I feel. Right now, I'm kind of in the I like free healthcare. I do. I was spending a lot of freaking money. You know how much money I spend in healthcare, Scotty? You know how much money I spend in healthcare in the United States? I spent over $1,000 a month with a $10,000 deductible. I had appendicitis. I still ended up paying almost $30,000 for my appendicitis in the United States. It would have been free. It would have been free in Alberta, Canada. Free. Would have went in. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah. But I would have got free TV, free this, free that. It's like if I would have had a little bit of Dairy Queen, a little bit of a little bit of BK, a little bit of Burger King. Like there's so many, I mean, both countries have their problems, right? But But if you're not dying, you don't get in. Oh no! I mean, I think. Look, the reality of the Canadian system. What Americans think of the Canadian system, Americans don't have a fucking clue. They don't. They hear the whole bullshit from people. They hear the bullshit from people. I literally have a dozen doctors' places that are all walk-ins all around me within 1 mile, 1.6 kilometers. I could just walk there, drive there. I don't feel good. Can I see the doctor? Yeah, you have your Alberta healthcare card. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Sit down. It's 20 minutes. Thank you. I sit down. 20 minutes later, I'm in to see the doctor. All the bullshit. This is the thing. As someone who, so I grew up in Canada, and of course I have my American social because I spent 25 years in the United States. You don't understand what it's like in Canada with healthcare. My dad got cancer within 6 days. He was on full cancer treatment. Full cancer treatment. Nutrition, radiation, chemo, everything. Within 6 days. You think that's going to happen? Sister married a Canadian. Oh, Scotty, your sister's a smart young lady. Because I'll tell you what, when you have options, when you're a Canadian or an American and you have the option to go both. I go to Gold's Gym here. I don't like mentioning the city I'm in because I don't mind mentioning, like when you're in Los Angeles, it's like, 30 million people, right? Like, oh, you're going to fucking come to Los Angeles? No, the problem is, Scotty, here's the problem. No, I'm a free capitalist all the way, right? I'm a stock market guy. Right? I was born in a communist country, right? In what used to be Czechoslovakia. If there's anyone that hates communism, you're looking at them right now. The problem with healthcare is it's not like elective. So in the United States, they'll talk about elective surgery. Oh, look at, yeah. You know what? When it's a nose job, or it's a fucking forehead job, or whatever it is, yeah, because you can choose. When it comes to cancer, when it comes to something life-threatening, when it comes to appendicitis, there's no choices. I'm going to die if I don't get this in the next 24 hours. You don't get to choose. There's no choices. Healthcare is not a choice. I'm not saying that what the Democrats espouse in, come to Canada, Scotty. You want Canadian healthcare? After 20 years in Los Angeles, actually 25 years in the United States, I'm 58. I'm 58 years old, so just call it half of my life I've been in the United States, half of my life I've been in Canada. You think I don't know the difference between Canadian and fucking US healthcare? I do. And US fucking healthcare sucks ass. If I got a problem in Canada, if I got any medical problem, I have never had any issue getting it resolved, whether it's shoulder surgery, whether it's tonsillitis, whether it's, I had toe surgery because I stubbed my toe, whatever it is. Whoa, how broke would I be in the United States if I had those surgeries? That's my point, Scotty. Until you truly experience both healthcare systems, you don't know. You don't. And don't listen to the bullshit you hear in the United States about the Canadian health. Now, I can only speak about the Alberta healthcare system, right? This is Alberta. This is the Texas of Canada. Alberta is the Texas of Canada, right? That's what we do here. Scotty, you'll never, if come up and visit me. We'll go see a doctor. What's your problem? Well, I got my toe hurts. Okay, well, let's go see a doctor. What's going to cost you? $0. Now that's in Alberta. We don't pay anything for healthcare because it's so rich with oil and everything like that. But I think the other provinces they might have. I think they pay $100 a month or something like that. The one thing that will keep me from moving back to the United States, the one thing, Scotty, the one thing that will keep me from moving back to the United States is fucking healthcare. It's healthcare, my friend. Well, depending if you work for a major company, you got no problems. Yeah. But I had whatchamacallit, healthcare. I paid for it. I paid a fuck of a lot for it. Over $1,000 for a $10,000 deductible. I still paid. I got appendicitis and I still paid 26,000. I had appendicitis and I still paid 26,000 fucking dollars for appendicitis in the United States. I should have ran back to Canada and said, look, I got appendicitis. I couldn't though, because the next morning I'd be dead, right? I'd be dead the next morning. So I couldn't. Believe me, Scotty, you can't argue. You haven't experienced the Canadian healthcare system. I have for 3 decades. I know it. I know the U.S. healthcare system because I experienced it for 2.5 decades. So if there's one person who's going to know all the shit about both healthcare systems, it'll probably be me. Right? Sounds like people are taking advantage of you. Well, that's the U.S. healthcare system. You must work for a big company, because when you're paying your own fee in California, I don't know who you get healthcare through in California. Who are you getting healthcare through? I mean, the California healthcare system. You go online, and they basically cover nothing. You buy those cheap programs; they cover nothing. And if you get cancer in the United States, they'll cover X amount. They'll cover $100,000, but after that you're fucked, right? You're screwed after that. Look at cancer survival rates in Canada compared to the United States. Look at the baby survival rates in Canada compared to the United States. They're 100% higher in America than compared to Canada. The U.S. healthcare system is the biggest piece of shite. The number one reason people go bankrupt in the fucking United States is fucking medical bills. Number one reason. It's not even close. Oh yeah, that's right. Right. Yeah, you're men. Yeah, right. You're could be different. My friend. Yeah. You are a Midwest dude. You're Midwest. Yeah. I was in Cali. It was a disaster. So I don't know what you got there in the Midwest. Whether you're Indiana or Michigan or I don't know. I would move to the Midwest. I would not move back to California. I always talked the If I move back to the United States, it'd be the Carolinas. It might be like Kansas City, somewhere around there. I'm not sure. I don't think it'd be Tennessee. If I move back to the United States, I don't think I'd be Tennessee. It's getting expensive there in Nashville. Getting expensive there in Nashville. But I would move back to the Midwest, Scotty. If I would move. There was a rumor that a Canadian found a cure for cancer. That was me. I found it yesterday. Just kidding. I don't know, but not moneymaker. Oh shit. I like that. I like this. That's interesting. Really? A Canadian did that? Well, you know what? I'm 50-50. I'm Canadian and American. Canadian. What the? I don't know. It's all good. So, yeah, we got to talk the Odyssey still. We're going to talk the Odyssey, Scotty. Maybe one day we'll meet up on a meetup, right? The channel, POPRAGEOUS, the channel's going to grow. We'll have a meetup, Scotty. Allegedly, yes. We'll have a meetup in some place in the United States. Everyone from POPRAGEOUS will all get together. We'll shoot the poop. We'll be we'll talk belly to belly. We'll have a lot of fucking laughs. I'm sure we'll have a lot of fucking laughs. And we'll talk about this stuff. Yeah. No, you're damn right, Scotty. Cheers, brother. That's coming. We got to grow the channel, though. We got a lot of work to do. A lot of work. Woo! Tomorrow night is Dimension Zero. I'm looking forward to Dimension Zero tomorrow night. We're going to be talking a lot of sci-fi. A little bit of Spiderman. A little bit of sci-fi. Tomorrow night on Dimension Zero. But guys, we're going to finish off with a little bit of the Odyssey. Yeah, if you've been around, I'm not a big fan of the Odyssey. To me, the Odyssey was. Let me. Okay. Where was the article I was going to get into? Don't want to get into that. Okay, what happened? Oh my God. Was this it? No, it's not it. Oh, actually, okay. It wasn't so much about the Odyssey as much as it was the summer box office. So the summer box office, yeah, I will get into this a little bit. I'm gonna remove that. Share this tab. How does that work? Add to stage. Add to the stage. There we go. Gotta get rid of that. So, can I do that? We'll see. Hopefully it works out. So, ladies and gentlemen, summer box office. Where's the title there? Summer box office hits $4 billion for second time since COVID, thanks to Odyssey, Spiderman, and more blockbusters. There, of course, is the B movie star, the star of the B movie, The Odyssey, the most expensive B movie ever made. Thank you, Christopher Nolan. That was an awesome B movie. Scotty, that was an awesome B movie. The Odyssey was the best B movie I ever watched. It was the best. It's officially the biggest summer at the box office since COVID. Like when did COVID? I guess since 2020. Well, thanks to Spider-Man. Can we just be real? Thanks to Spider-Man, okay? Thanks to Tom Holland. Thanks to blockbusters like The Odyssey and Spider-Man Brand New Day, as well as breakouts like Backrooms and Obsession. It's true. It's true. On Monday, domestic revenues for the popcorn season reached $4 billion, hitting a milestone for only the second time in the post-pandemic era. Hollywood's first $4 billion summer since the great box office reset was 2023, when Barbenheimer fever propelled ticket sales to $4.09 billion from May to August. That milestone came down to the wire. This year, there are very few weeks to go until Labor Day closes out the season, so the summer stretch will easily rank as the highest grossing since 2019, according to Rentrack. And there's a really attractive shirt if you're looking to find out what the fuck is that. Hitting this $4 billion threshold for only the second time since COVID is truly significant, says Rentrack's head of marketplace trends, Paul DeGarabedian. Oh, that's a last name, right? Paul DeGarabedian. Like when you're live, you see a word like that, you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna look stupid now. Coming after several tumultuous years, the idea of theatrical moviegoing as something that would be replaced by small screen entertainment can finally be put to rest. The busy 4-month frame is crucial for the industry, representing 40% of the annual box office prior to COVID. Prior to COVID, summer revenues regularly surpassed the $4 billion benchmark, with 2013, so 13 years ago, 2013, setting the high water mark of $4.755 billion, not adjusted for inflation. And you do have to adjust for inflation. You do. In 2019, the last normal period at the box office, summer revenues climbed to $4.3 billion thanks to Avengers Endgame and several other billion-dollar blockbusters. In 2018, popcorn season reached $4.42 billion, with Avengers Infinity War and Incredibles 2 among the highest grossing movies. It's a good looking shirt. I always like, honey, can you buy me a shirt with an octopus on it? Tell the wife, tell the girlfriend, tell the wife, see what she says. Tell him that Danny at POPRAGEOUS has found a shirt with an octopus, and I want one. In the years since the pandemic upended the movie theater industry, Hollywood has fallen short of the hoped for threshold. Grosses in 2025 topped out at 3.655 billion. That's last year. 3.655 billion. Led by Disney's Lilo and Stitch remake, 2024 reached 3.67 billion when Disney's Deadpool and Wolverine and Inside Out 2 were the biggest titles, and 2022 hit 3.4 billion as Paramount's Top Gun Maverick, I'll tell you, take Top Gun Maverick out of 2022. Ooh. You got a bad year, right? In 2022 was dominating theaters. Barely any movies were released in 2020 and 2021 as the world was grappling with the virus. I won't get into the COVID bullshit. We're not a political channel. We're not a health channel. So I won't get into the COVID bullshit. Right, Scotty? I'd rather see B girls. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Well, yeah. This summer, studios succeeded with a mix of sleeper hits as well as new installments in reliable franchises. Sony's Marvel Adventures Spiderman Brand New Day is the highest grossing movie, and I think it will be the highest grossing movie of all time. It's looking that way. I'll tell you, when it gets to Labor Day, the Labor Day long weekend, it will pwn the Labor Day, and that's 3 weeks from now. And we'll see. We gotta watch it. We'll see. Domestically, 655 million domestically and 1.67 billion dollars globally to date. Universal's Christopher Nolan's epic The Odyssey is also crushing expectations with 460 million in North American and 1.1 billion worldwide after 4 weekends of release. The Odyssey is built off of false expectations. And this is kind of where the whole Odyssey, it's a terrible movie. It is. Nobody's talking about the Odyssey. Nobody is. There's no, like, when I take a look at what am I going to talk about tonight? And I take a look at all the news articles. I take a look at nobody is talking about the Odyssey. Nobody. Emily Wilson was the only one talking about it, and she came out and said basically what I said, that this is one of the worst movies. This is the worst movie with a $250 million budget. This really is. This is a terrible. This movie will be forgotten. This movie, when people do one of these, right? You turn and look back, and you go, "Oh, that was kind of a shitty movie, wasn't it?" Yeah, that's what the Odyssey is. I give it a 4. It's a 4. The Odyssey is bad. You can put as much lipstick as you want on that pig. You can put eyelashes on it. You can put foundation, eyeliner, whatever the fuck you want on that pig we call the Odyssey. That is a $250 million B movie. And nobody is talking about it. Right now, there's no new articles. There's nothing new to be presented, because when people go and see it and they go, okay, that was a waste of money. I could have waited 2 more months and saw it live streaming. Yeah, you could have. And I still say, guys, John Leguizamo did shit in that. He should get a Razzie Award for the worst actor, John Leguizamo. I'm doing a video on that. And of course, Robert Pattinson, which was probably the worst antagonist in the history, at least in 2026. Robert Pattinson was a terrible antagonist. Was he threatening? Did he feel threatening? Did he look threatening? Did he come across as threatening? No. He came across as a little patsy. That's Batman. There's your Batman right there for you, Robert Pattinson. That's my Odyssey speech right there, okay? That's Universal's, we'll start, we'll continue right here. You know what I'm saying, right? Scotty, I don't know. Scotty, did you see the Odyssey? Did you go watch it? Universal's Christopher Nolan epic The Odyssey is also crushing. Actually, we've been through that. Disney's Pixar sequel, Toy Story 5, is yet another billion-dollar smash. I don't know if it's a smash. It'll probably end up making what, $100 million, $150 million net, which is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Although you want to make more, maybe 200 million. Toy Story, including 470 million stateside. And although Lionsgate Michael debuted in spring, the Michael Jackson biopic remained a draw for months and eventually joined the $1 billion club. Yeah, that one surprised me. I called that one as going to be an early. That thing held on way stronger than I thought it was. Other top earners were two low-budget Gen Z horror sensations: A24's Backrooms with 197 million in North America and 395 million worldwide, and the Focus Features thriller Obsession with 263 million domestically and a total of 488 million globally, as well as Disney's comedy sequel The Devil Wears Prada with 220 million domestically and a total of 690 million worldwide. Those genre-spanning wins helped offset a number of big-budget misfires, including Disney's Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and Grogu.
You're nothing but garbage! That's what you want, you're garbage!
And live-action Moana. Oh, I gotta do it. Moana, have you guys seen Moana? Have you seen? Hey, Dwayne Johnson. You're nothing
but garbage! That's what you want, you're garbage! You're nothing but garbage!
Okay. That feels so good. Well, hold up, give me 5. The 5? Okay. All right. Sounds fair. As well as DC comic book adaptation Supergirl and Amazon's MGM's Masters of the Universe. Oh, that was I tried to watch that a week ago, Masters of the Universe streaming. I couldn't finish it. I fell asleep. I tried to watch it the next day. I had no desire to watch it. And it wasn't too bad, right? The actor wasn't, what's the guy name? The actor wasn't too bad. It just missed, right? You know what I mean? It tried to be funny. It tried to be cartoonish funny. And then it also tried to be somewhat serious. And it didn't work. And I knew this thing was going to bomb. And I've been saying it since early 2026. So exhibitors encouraged by momentum, believing this year could be the first since the pandemic to eclipse $10 billion in domestic ticket sales. The Warner Brothers sci-fi mystery, The End of Oak Street, with Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor, and Sony's paranormal thriller Insidious. Every Insidious movie is pretty bad. I don't know how those freaking movies make money. They are the Insidious. I mean, those are bad movies. I love horror. I write horror as a screenwriter. That's my main thing. I think the Insidious movies are terrible. We'll close out the summer before the fall brings Amazon MGM's Colleen Hoover adaptation Verity and two Warner Brother titles, Tom Cruise's Digger. Digger's coming out, guys. And Practical Magic 2, starring Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock. I could care less. I'm interested in Tom Cruise's Digger, though. I am. That's before the holiday season offerings like Lionsgate, The Hunger Games prequel, Sunrise on the Reaping, Warner Brothers sequel Dune Part 3, which I am looking forward to, and Disney's Marvel epic Avengers Doomsday, my friends. Doomsday and Dune Part 3, December 18th, right? That's December 18th. It's going to be a good Christmas. It's going to be a good Christmas. It is. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the reviews. I'm looking forward to the reviews on Christmas time. I am. This entire year will be studied we'll study 2026. For future strategy by studios, predicts Garabedian. That's a tough. Did I get it right? You seeing that? You seeing that last name, guys? That last name, Garabedian. Garabedian. That is right? Advertising. Jeez. Is the old school thinking correct that audiences just want known IP, big blockbusters, sequels, and franchises? Of course they do, but they also want challenging, fair, unique, and original stories. There you go, my friends. That is that is summer box office. Is it going to hit 4 billion? Look, Spider-Man. I'm telling you, man, Spider-Man, I think is going to clear 3 billion. I think Spider-Man will become the biggest box office smash, or it's going to come extremely freaking close. Will it break 3 billion? This is the great story of August 2026. Will Spider-Man Brand New Day break 3 billion? I think it is. Like it really is. The momentum it has, the staying power that it has. It's if we take a look at Brand New Day. Now we only have, where's domestic? The international comes out once a week, I think, right? When you take a look at this chart, now granted, from the Monday before, it is down 65%. It's down 65% for the Monday before. But look, the numbers were so big when you're still doing, on the 11th day of your release, you're still doing almost $17 million. Now, Tuesday, tonight, is the big discount night, right? The big discount night for movie tickets. So we'll see what happens with Tuesday night. I think Tuesday night, 25 million. I think 25 million, 27 million, 20 to 27, 25 to 27 million is probably in the bag. Now, what happens internationally, we won't find out till the weekend, because that's usually when they report the big numbers. That will literally after the Sunday this week, that will push well over $2 billion. And now we've got $1 billion left with very little competition left in August. We'll see. I mean, I would love to see Spider-Man Brand New Day do it. I'm kind of rooting. I'm rooting for Tom Holland. I like Tom Holland. I do. I don't like him in the Odyssey. I think the Odyssey was the most expensive B movie ever made. But Spider-Man, he is good. He's good. Oh, Tuesday night, Dog Days of Summer, guys. I mean, this is the Dog Days of Summer. Look, baseball understands the Dog Days of Summer. They recognize it. They actually identify it. They talk about it. Baseball knows the Dog Days of Summer. We are in the Dog Days of Summer. Nothing really, like we're an absolute lull until after Labor Day. Labor Day is September 7th this year, guys. September 7th. 4 weeks, almost 4 weeks away. Yesterday was 4 weeks away. Holy cow. That's gotta be. Guys, so I think that might. Scotty, you okay? I'm out of vino. I got no wine left, so I hope you're doing okay. Prost, my friend Scotty. Over there in the Midwest, my buddy in the Midwest. Glad to see the Spider-Man doing good. Needs some good movies these days. Yeah, we got Digger. We got Tom Cruise Digger coming up, guys. I am going to review that one. I'm going to go see it. I'm going to have some popcorn. I'm going to have some fun with Tom Cruise and a little bit of freaking Digger.
So say we all. So say we all. So say we all. So say we all.
That's coming up. But basically, we've got Spider-Man. Spider-Man's got the box office, so we'll see. Tomorrow night, guys, we're going to be on my Science Channel Dimension Zero. Scotty, I hope to see you there. On Thursday, we are back with POPRAGEOUS. We're going to be talking more movies. We're going to be talking about Starfighter, Star Wars Starfighter on Thursday. And then Paramount, the Paramount Warner Brothers acquisition, on top of whatever other news that comes up, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. You know, we'll talk about it. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? We covered a lot of things tonight. Scotty, you doing good? I hope you're doing good there in the Midwest. It's like 10 o'clock over there in the Midwest, right? We had some fun. Dog Days of Summer, right, Scotty? That is the show. I am going to have a little bit more, like a quarter glass of red wine, and I'm going to sleep because I wake up early, right? I don't know what time you wake up, Scotty. More amusement. I look forward to more amusement myself, my friend. Thank you very much. My name is Danny Alex, and this is POPRAGEOUS. I will see you tomorrow night on Dimension Zero. We're talking sci-fi. We're talking Star Trek. We're going to be talking a whole lot of stuff like that. And then Thursday on POPRAGEOUS, Scotty. Have a great evening. And I will see you all. I will see you tomorrow night or Thursday night. One of the two. Cheers.